Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay. So last time we talked about the perfection of concentration and wisdom. So about the concentration, there are a few benefits of it. What are they? So
you can put your mind on the object and it'll stay there.
Yes, so you will like a king who have the power to dominate, and
like a good dog, it'll listen to you.
Yeah, like a good dog. Yeah, cool. And what is the second benefit?
After you get up from meditation, that type of meditation, then everything you do will go smoothly. And
yes, that is the third
that's a
benefit.
Okay.
You can engage with every virtuous object once you get up from your meditation section. And number two is like a king of the mountain. Why? Why concentration is like a king of mountain?
Because you're unshakable, right?
It's
Yeah,
not gonna,
unshakable by which
it's not gonna move.
Yeah.
Dullness and agitation.
Yeah, dullness
will
and
go away.
agitation.
No. Okay.
Okay, which is the fourth one? Is bring on a feeling of great bliss. Xuanzang.
Physical and
To force your body and mind to a virtuous side. Bring on the feeling of great bliss caused by extreme manageability of body and mind. So,
I like that word, manageability. That's pretty cool.
I steal from your translation.
Oh, sometimes I forgot and I didn't use it anymore, but it's a good one. Yeah.
Okay. Then we go to the number two question. What is the benefit of wisdom? So here we mainly focus on the wisdom that realize how things are. So yeah. Yeah, you can rip out
the roots of samsara.
Yes. I don't know if this is the no.
Oh, yeah, that's okay for the first one.
Yeah, first one. So first one is wisdom that realize the profound meaning. It's like the eye which see the suchness of everything.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And the second one, yeah, this is the answer given by.
Yeah. Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our goal
is to rip out the roots of cycle of suffering.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is like a great treasure, right?
Yeah.
Of qualities.
Yeah. I believe I don't wrote it down. Yeah, but I think it is the answer. Known as the highest lamp, wisdom is known as the highest lamp to clear away the darkness of ignorance. And the third, wisdom is praised by all conquerors' highest spoken words, such as Mother Sutra. But also, right? It's also the treasure, the Deichen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And the third is, what is the definition of single pointers given by Geshe Michael's teacher?
Nice.
The ability to focus on one thing.
Yeah, you are able to put on the concentration on one object.
Good. Nice.
Cool. Tibetan vocabulary. Monk to top bar.
I fear I would go on too long.
Yes. Number 2, Chang.
To remember or recollect?
To
Yeah, that is
elicit.
one of the meaning. But here in the context,
To bring it on.
to
Yeah.
bring on. Cool.
Or it brings on, sorry.
Yeah.
Elicit or drag out.
Yeah, good.
So, Jing.
Rip out.
Is it
To rip,
pull?
rip,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Rip
also
out
has a
or
meaning to pull,
extract.
rip out, pull.
Good.
And here's my another homework. I have to find the Jitawa, Dokbe, Shera, the other 2 wisdom.
Nice.
I couldn't
Good.
find the long ring. I can only find the Pa Ching.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay. Okay.
I mean, it's probably in the long run, but this is okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the number 1 is Jitawa, Dokbe, Shera,
Nice.
which is the wisdom, which how things are, and
Good.
Jinyeba Dokbe Shera. I believe it's the wisdom that realize how many things there are.
Yeah. So Jinyepa knows lots of facts, and Jitawa knows how things are. It's the different.
Okay. So number 3 is Senchen Tuncheki Shera, the wisdom which benefit all living beings.
Yeah, takes care of people. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And here is my translation. Let me read.
Yeah, boy, that's a long one.
Mipala Chechipe Sangden Changla Kowa Ichawa Marikba Chene Jupe Nuba Matungsing Detana Ang Mipala Chechitu Nebe Shineki Rangtang Zawe Tu Sanki Sheraki Gyang Demisoki Chetun La Jichang Che Gyang Nyonglong Chene Mindok Bena.
Okay, good. Let's look at your translation. If you only concentrate on an object single-pointedly, you won't be able to see yourself. Cut off the core, the root of the cycle of pain. Good. Misunderstanding. Good. Okay. Not only that, if you if you only focus on the object single-pointed, but still missing concentration, without the path of quieting, right? You analyze the object. I think it's real. Nice. No matter how much you analyze, you won't be able to stop the root of the negative emotions. I just have one tiny suggestion because it's really good and the translation's really good and it's very difficult. You gotta catch again. You have to catch the sene. Oh no, you said root. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, it's good. I had something else. What was that? So are we supposed to not use wisdom?
You should, but you have to use the wisdom of the Shera, right? Listen to some gong.
Yeah. So what's the one that's missing here? Tu is here. Some is here.
The concentration.
Yeah. So he's implying
that
there's 3 kinds of concentration. The one that comes from going to class. There's one that comes from thinking about it. But without the one that comes from meditation, you can't get out of your problems, right? That's all.
Okay.
He left out the meditation one, and that's good. Which means no matter how much you come to the mixed nuts classes, if you don't meditate every day, you won't be able to cut the root of samsara. Yep. Okay. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't come to the mixed nuts classes. Okay. Otherwise, you don't have anything to meditate about. Just a small thing, Gibson, when after the English part,
Yeah.
whatever language you're using, do 2 returns. Another line space after the English here.
For example, like this one.
Another hard, yeah.
Okay.
That's easier for the audience. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Later, there will be a section number there also, right? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to read the?
Okay. Ngi dambe teko na niki dun chu sing tu kowe in luki tun la puta chupe shirate teko na ni la chingu ki lang doki yowa mepe shineki da la gyun neni.
Like, okay, nice. Monkey Tambe, holy beings. You gotta catch the ngun.
Oh, from the past.
Yeah, holy beings of the past could understand. And it's wisdom which involves specific. Yeah. You gotta a little bit catch putak. Okay. And that's a very, very rare idiom that means perfectly or something like that.
Okay.
Okay. Putak means it analyzes the object perfectly. Okay.
Okay.
And you see it a little bit in modern Tibetan. They'll say Putak, he did a great job or something like that. You did a Putak job on your translation, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
So
Wisdom
isn't it come together puta cho or only puta?
well, you could say the wisdom which analyzes things perfectly. Yeah. The
Okay.
ch is like cut.
Okay.
Cut ch. Yeah. Okay. They kind of need like chingukin namdong.
I didn't finish my translation here, so it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Okay. They kind of need like chingukin namdong. You want me to shinekitano kineni. We have to ride on the horse of quietude, which is unshaken by. Okay.
Okay.
And then namtok here is a very difficult word. In modern Tibetan, it means a superstition or a stupid idea or a useless worry. Okay, like when you're going to sleep, it's a good time for namtoks because you're tired and you're worried about things. So what it says is, you should ride on the horse of quietude, which is unshaken by useless thoughts of Qingge, right? They got Qingwan Gupa, dullness and agitation. Yeah.
Okay.
Towards suchness. Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is my translation. Thank you, Geshe.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job. And by the way, the Tibetan here is really sweet. The Tibetan is quite high quality. Okay. I think he was in a good mood when he was translating this. Probably an honor to translate something by Tsongkhapa that's so important. His own spiritual life. Oh, you told us this, yeah. That's good. If there's some, if you can take your manuscript when I send it to you today after class and add the other 2 wisdoms, that would help me later.
Okay.
And then send it back.
All right.
All right. Are we?
Yeah. That's
By the way,
it.
the section
Okay.
that what's the section we're in is called, let's translate this little piece here.
Okay. Here is the second section, and we have to. The one is how to combine the shamatha and vipassana together.
Yeah, nice. And there was a big mistake in the Tibetan. Why?
Zhao is free, ma. Free?
Yeah. When you say BRAL, apostrophe BRAL, Ao Bharatata Latel, it means you don't have shamatha and vipassana.
Yeah.
And it sounds the same, right? So if you
Yeah.
don't spell it correctly, you're giving an explanation of why people shouldn't meditate and shouldn't study mixed nuts books. Okay.
Sorry, Geshe, I didn't translate the Guba. Here it means the purpose, right?
Yeah. Why do we have to?
Yeah. Why do we have to?
Yeah. What's the necessity? Yeah. Okay, good. Why do you have to combine emptiness study with daily meditation? Why can't you just study emptiness all day? Why do you have to meditate also? Okay, that's the main thing. Okay. And then he's going to give us the actual way to do the meditation. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Do you want to read this little piece here?
Okay. Tamboni Tseji Sangden So Get He.
Yeah, the first topic here, which is why you have to combine meditation with your emptiness study, okay, is presented in the 8 lines. He says 8 lines. I count 10 lines.
Okay.
I think he made a mistake here. Okay. All right. Okay. Since your reading is so good, why don't you make somebody else suffer?
All right. Anna Ili.
I'm gonna cut it a little bit because it's just too long.
All right. Hi, Anna. Can you turn on your microphone? No? Okay.
There she is.
Yay.
Okay. Yeah. Here. Huh? Okay.
Now can you hear me? I'm very
I
sorry for
can hear
taking
you.
your time.
I can hear you.
I'm sorry.
You got it.
Tak ched ki te sorry. Ta tandang drel way
Nice.
Ume.
Thank you. Ume rikpa chiktu jella sok pei son nun
Tunun, yeah.
kini. Thank you.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. This sentence is tough, and I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, Gibson.
Okay.
What's Dakbeta and what's Chipeta?
Dabeta is you believe things that exist by their nature. Dabeta.
Okay, so there's an important thing to say about these two ta. First of all, ta means extreme, right? Extreme view. Extreme means 2 impossible things. Okay. And these are, I don't know if you remember, but these are a result of misunderstanding things. They are not misunderstanding things. They are the implication or the result of misunderstanding things. If the pen comes from its own side, then either it's darpa or chipa. Okay. If the pen comes from its own side, then maybe it's darpa. What's that mean?
Permanent.
Could never change. Don't say permanent.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Could never change. Okay. Yeah. If it comes, so one implication of believing that the pen comes from its own side is that it would last forever. It would never change. And the other implication is that if it didn't last forever, it chepa, it wouldn't
You wouldn't stop.
it wouldn't exist at all.
You wouldn't. Okay.
Okay. So if you believe that the pen comes from its own side, necessarily you deep down, you are believing either the pen's going to last forever, the ink will last forever, or that there's no pen there at all. Okay. And the second one is the result of the first one. Okay, I'll say it. If it lasts forever, then it. How would you say that? Yeah. If somebody says if the pen doesn't come from its own side, then it couldn't exist at all. Okay, that's chepa. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Now we have this correct spelling of gel.
Gel, free from.
Yeah, without. Yeah.
Without.
Yeah. And there's certain kinds of rikspa.
Second kind of reasoning.
Yeah, logic that the middle way school uses.
Yeah.
And that logic frees you from those two extremes. Oh, pen's gonna last forever. Or the pen, if it didn't last forever, if the pen is not the way it seems, it cannot exist at all. Okay. If the pen is not coming from its own side, it couldn't exist at all. That's chepa. Okay. So there's a weapon you can use against these wrong ideas about the pen. And that's called sun nun. What's that mean?
Sharp sword.
Yeah, sharp sword. Whose book has a lot of suns in it?
Seiji.
Yeah, Seiji's first book, Sun Jae Korlo, right? The Crown of Knives. And now he says, look, you can use the logic of the middle way. And he mentions one of them, which is called
One or many.
Yeah, yeah, things are neither. The gel means neither, right? Things are neither one or many. This do is misspelled, right? It should be T after G.
Okay.
No.
I'm kidding.
Too much.
Okay. This is not a preposition. This is not at.
Okay.
This is the first half of the word.
Kuma.
Okay, so it means one or many. Chik-du doesn't mean in one. Chik-du means one or many. Okay, it's an abbreviation for one or many. And many editors have changed it to TU. Okay, you can find it. I bet you if you search for it in the database, you could find a lot of them. Okay, but we're not gonna have that fun. We're gonna work hard. All right. The next one's kind of long, Gibson. Pick somebody who's asleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it here just to help.
Daniel Garcia.
Whoa. The famous Peachtree World News guy.
Okay, I'm here, guys.
Who is doing a New Year's show on the 22nd and 23rd in the morning in Asia. Okay.
Tak pa dang che pe tar zin pe tar zin gi mik pe dat so den rup tu shung wa tar.
Not bad. Not bad. You passed the Taiwanese pronunciation test. So there's two tas here, Takpa and Chepa.
There are two strings. One
Yeah.
I think the thing is unchanging.
Yeah, and again, these are implications. If the pen comes from its own side,
Yeah.
it would either last forever or it would never be there in the first place. Okay. Now the very difficult word here is teso. Okay, teso. And do you know what it means? I don't know.
To direct the mind?
Say again?
To direct the mind?
Dempa means to direct, yeah. But deso is a very rare noun that means the way you look at something. Okay, the way you look at something, how you think about something. It's called deso. And where the so comes from, God knows. I have no idea. But deso means how you think about something. Okay, and what it means here is the deso is that you are holding things to be demba dupa.
Holding things to be true.
To be or to be real.
To be real.
Okay. So isn't the pen real though?
Yes.
Well, then why is it a bad thing here?
Because they are unchanging.
That's how you feel.
Here, real means the way it looks. Real, okay. The way it looks, and it's not real the way it looks. It is real, and if you want to prove it to your audience, I always offer to draw a mustache on somebody's face. If they say it's not real, So yes, it's real, but it doesn't exist really. Okay, how's that? All right. Who's gonna read this next part?
Menmo Xuanzang.
Hello.
Hello.
Denzin ki zenyul tamche njikpa jpe rikpa yang dakpe donna sushindu jupe yangpe sheroki.
Good, nice. By the way, when you see a Z, Xuanzang, it's just a low tone S, Shen. Okay.
Shen.
Yeah, it has there's no Z in it. And people, poor Lama Zopa, and people call them the wrong name. Okay, so Denzin ki Shenyo Tamche. We had Shenshi 1,000 times in Venerable Utpala's text this term. So I'm sure Gibson remembers what it is.
Shenyu is the object that you believe is there. And
yeah, good.
Is you believe is there, but
it's not.
Shenyu, yeah, which is not.
Yeah, and by the way, Utpala,
Yes.
He was saying Dope Shen Yu, which means the thing that you think is there when you think about something. And Khedabje in your book is trying to distinguish between a Shen Shi and a Shen Yu. But in this book, it's a generic Shen Yu, okay?
Okay.
And it's a false thing because you have to jig by it, okay? So you're gonna use Rigpa Yandak, Gibson?
The reasoning?
Good reasoning.
Correct reason.
Okay. Yeah, listen, let me teach you something. Now that you're older, there's the Rigpa that your wife uses to prove something, but it's not young duck. It's not correct reasoning. It's just reasoning. Okay, so here it says correct reasoning, which is always the husband's reasoning, will destroy all the things you think are there when you are holding to things as being real. Okay.
Cool.
Then the only difficult word here is yangba. What's that mean, Gibson? Do you know yangba?
No.
Yeah, with yang with a S means very, very far-reaching, very broad. Okay, all inclusive. Okay.
Okay.
So Tsongkhapa is adding this word to the wisdom. He says, I don't want you to just have wisdom. I want you to have big, overweight wisdom. Yangba means very wide, very broad. Okay. Usually it describes the sky or like the countryside, very broad countryside. Okay. And that shirab should chupa the dun.
To analyze the meaning, the object.
Yeah, Sulshindu means what?
Sindu. Correct.
Yeah, correctly, exactly, correctly, or accurately. Yeah, good, good. So you're gonna have to find wisdom,
Mm.
which is very broad, and it's gonna have to examine things correctly. Okay, good. All right. And then you will be able to, here's a short one, give it to somebody you like, Gibson, like
Okay.
Emily.
Okay, Emily.
All right.
Dek go nang ning tok pe lok
Right.
go
No true.
lok tru gyapa zando.
Zeto.
Well, I think in your house you're having lam rim for breakfast. Okay. You should make your lodra gepa. What does that mean?
You should make your intelligence increase.
Yeah, good. And generally speaking, lodra is intelligence as opposed to shirab, which is
Wisdom.
wisdom. Yeah. So there's a little different taste of the two words.
Mm.
And you should use that intelligence to topa dekonani.
To realize the suchness.
Yeah, why did Geshe forget to bold the kona?
Because it didn't show in the root text.
Yeah, he did not use it in the root text, and Choni Lama is giving it to us. So you can say tattva, or you can say, I don't know, deni, tat, or tattva. Anyway, it means the same thing. You can say suchness, or the way things are, or something like that. Okay. All right. There's a really short one, Gibson.
Okay. Gyalse.
Nipani sechi kompe sokjukte.
Thank you. By the way, Gyalse ran Diamond Mountain, I think 12 years or something like that. And we should always bow down to her for that. And now she's in Sedona and she's in charge of the whole building. And the building is beautiful all the time. The students come, they drop popcorn everywhere. And the next day the popcorn is gone. And either we have good mice or we have Gyalse, I don't know. But I really appreciate it. Yesterday, she was there on the floor with the plumbers for like 3-4 hours, trying to fix a leak. And thank you for all your hard work. It's a beautiful building. And
Thank you, Geshe.
it's just a really nice place to teach and to sit. It's a fun place to mess up. All right. Part 2 means Seche Gombe, so that line, right? What is part 2 here?
Yeah, how to meditate, the combination of the meditation and concentration.
Yeah, and what's the ngu mean?
The necessity or the actual.
Yeah, now I'm going to give you the real meditation. Before I was doing the sales job, why you should combine shamatha and vipassana, and now I'm going to tell you how to do it. By the way, I never teach shilak, shamatha, and vipassana without mentioning the misunderstanding about vipassana. What's that? And it's not to be critical, but it's just that people should understand the correct word. Vipassana is the Burmese word from Burma. It's the vipassana. The full Sanskrit is vipassana, and it's not a kind of what?
Breath meditation.
It's not meditation, and it's not watching your breath. That's, if anything, that's shamatha. Vipassana means. By the way, word, what vowel should I make long? Is it vipassana? I think.
No, it's vipassana. And
Is it vipassana?
it's
Okay,
vipassana.
sorry.
No problem.
So, okay, vipassana it's not watching your breath. It's understanding emptiness. It's thinking about emptiness. Okay. So they made two mistakes. They pronounced it wrong, and they have the wrong half. It doesn't refer to the meditation. It refers to the analysis of things about their emptiness, understanding their emptiness. It has nothing to do with watching your breath or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Who's next? And by the way, I took that course when I was 21 or something from Goenka, who teaches it. And it's a wonderful course. It's a 10-day amazing course. It's just they got the name wrong. Okay. Okay.
Ursula, I have a question.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know that much about Vipassana as a meditation style. Do they teach you what to meditate on? Like, do they teach you how to examine?
Well, I took it from the founder, and actually, I was told by my teacher to take it, and by my Tibetan teacher, and it was a wonderful course. They're mainly at that time, which was 50 years ago or 45 years ago, he was mostly talking about suffering, meditating on suffering and compassion. And he, as I remember, he didn't explain emptiness. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, here we go. But it was a great course. Who's next up, Gibson? Who's gonna suffer?
I think Melville Geshe can keep going.
Rangi mikpa kangnu chikla mikne michu partse chik tunepa kompe tingensen.
Kombe.
Oh, it's not an English G. It's komba.
Kompa.
Yeah, komba.
Where am I? Tingensen.
Yeah.
Ndupar Gurwe Nishir Chashing Mupe Chitsel Tejut. Is that cell? Chitsel?
Yeah, let me see. I think I made a mistake on the it must be above here. Chitsel. Yeah, sorry. This L should be bolded out. Okay, good. Chitsel
Tejumi Guki.
Yeah.
Jimmy Gookie. Good. Ranki mi pakana chilamine mi chapatse chik to nepa. Mi chipa. Ranki mikpa kana chikla migne. Mi chapatse chik to nepa. Okay, good. Now he's defining shamatha. Okay, he's defining shamatha. All right, and he says it's focused on Rangi Mikpa.
Focus on me.
It's focused on its own object. Its okay. Object, and that object is Kangrung Chik.
Kangrung Chik. Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. And it could be a baseball. It could be a soccer ball. It could be, in my case, yo chow. Okay. It's anything you focus on. Yeah. So Kangru means anything. But the big word here is chik.
Whatever.
Or yeah. Yeah. Anyone.
Oh. We missed all of that, dear Geshe Michael.
Oh, which homework question from Gibson's homework is in the first line here?
The last question about focusing on a single thing.
Yeah, that he said, what did Geshe Michael's teacher say about single pointed? and then it's looking at one thing, focusing on one thing, okay? And here he says it, here Choni Lama says it. When you take an object, one object, and you look at it single-pointedly. Now, the difficult thing here is michapa. What's that?
Without analyze.
Yeah, it's not shamatha's job to analyze it. Whose job is it?
Vipassana.
Yeah,
Vipassana.
Vipassana.
What's the long A? Vipassana, right?
It's the last syllable. That's what Christina just said in chat.
Oh,
Vipassana.
Okay, good. Anyway, I'll look it up. All right, good. Vipassana. Anyway, it's confusing here, Gibson, because he says, don't analyze, don't think. And that can be confusing, but we know what he means is the job of shamatha is just to hold one object. It's the job of shamatha is not to ask questions about the object, okay? Okay, that's the job of vipassana. All right. And that this calm and why I was bothering Venerable Gyaltse about the pronunciation. Can you explain why, Gibson? Calm.
Calm means to use to, not meditate, right?
Yeah, it means to get used to. Let's check the root text and make sure it was calm. Where is that? Same thing to do.
The first line.
Yeah, good. Komba. Yeah. That means what?
You use the ding to use to put down the concentration on one object, single point.
Get used to staying on one object. Get familiar with one object, okay? It doesn't say meditate, but obviously Tsongkhapa is playing with the word, right? And that's the function of, he doesn't say shamatha, he says?
He say meditative concentration.
Good, yeah, Tingen Zen. So I had a human dictionary for my whole life, for 25 years. In the same house, I had a human dictionary. Sometimes he didn't want to talk to me because I bothered him all the time. But sometimes he would answer me. Do you guys remember how Rinpoche taught me the word tinge?
Daryl Strawberry on the baseball, focused on
that's one. That was one, a baseball player. But he taught me dinge, driving to, I used to drive him to Washington, D.C. once a month for classes. He would do a weekend in Washington, D.C. once a month. And we would drive through Maryland. And Maryland is a boring state with big grassy areas. And he'd say, that green out there is ngo ting ting. So say ngo, ting ting.
Ting ting.
Ngo ting ting.
Ting ting.
I don't know, it's a fun word. Ngo means green. It can also mean blue. It's a confusing word. And ting ting means very vivid, very bright, and just jumps out at you, bright color, very strong, bright color. So that's how he taught me the word ting ting. Okay, so here it means you're holding the object with a lot of bright, clear mind, bright, happy mind. Okay, so Tingen Zen doesn't mean you close your eyes and you're dull and you're sitting there without moving. It doesn't mean that. Dinge means you're watching a great movie on Netflix and you have dinge. Okay, you have, wow, this is so cool, that's dinge. Okay, all right. So never forget, Tingen Zen is a happy, bright, excited state of mind, and it's not dark, sleepy, eyes are closed, like that. That's not Tingen Zen. Tingen Zen is like how you feel when you're watching a really good movie, okay? Or you're listening to Jimi Hendrix, okay? All right. Dupa Girwani, Shir Cheshin, Mupa Chitsate, Jimiga. What's Shir Che?
I don't know.
Has this as its foundation?
I would say that. Yeah, I would say that. There's a expression in Tibetan, shirshak, and it could be that shirshak means start with that. Start with that. Get that strong, and then move on to vipassana. Okay, start. Shirche means start with your focus. Start with a bright, happy focus, and then move on to analyzing the object. Okay. Mapachitsa means good. What's that?
I don't need to.
Yeah, needless to say. In English, we say needless to say. Who, of course, that's where you should start. You know, who, you know, do I have to tell you? I don't have to mention it, right? I don't need to mention that. That's where you should start. Okay, good. Okay, how are we doing on time? Oh,
We
we're
have
doing
9 minutes, Geshe.
9 minutes, yeah.
great. Wow, this I gotta split this next one. I'm gonna say to nation. Okay, let's cut it here. You got a victim, Gibson?
Yeah, Earl.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
By the way, Earl is gonna be there at the end of this month when we start the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is an extraordinary book, yoga book, the best yoga book ever written, maybe. And it not only teaches you the 8 limbs of yoga, but it teaches you in detail how to do a retreat, how to do breath meditation, how to do that neti pot, and how to do each of the poses.
It's also got your favorite line of all scripture, doesn't it?
Yeah, Manu Bilashita, which means generally you should watch your diet, but once in a while you should eat something you just really enjoy. That's why I teach that book, because of that. Okay, so Earl's going to be teaching with me, and I hope you guys can come. That's a YSI program. Okay, please read, Earl. And by the way, you can send me a check for the advertisement. Okay.
Mikpala tse chiktu ne shinpe gang ne dinlat sul shin du chipayi sosor tokpayi sherab ki kyang.
Good. So you start with Mikpalat Sechik to Nepa. What's that mean, Gibson?
You start with the one object, single point.
Yeah. What's this Shimba attached to a verb?
Present tense.
Yeah, present. What do we call it, Nick?
Gerund.
Present continuous.
Gerundalizer.
No, it's not a gerund.
Oh,
it's
present participle.
Present active participle. Anyway, it means ing in English.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep staying there. What on this present continuous? Anyway, keep staying on the single object. And in that ngung, and it doesn't mean the person who divides the milk from the water here. Gibson,
It's not a goose.
A goose. It's not a goose.
okay, when you say ngung ba, it means a goose or a duck, okay. When you don't have a ba on it, it means stay in that condition. Stay in that mood or that mode. So it's completely different. When you say ngang ne, it means stay in that mode.
Okay.
When you say ngang ba, it means dark or goose. Okay. All right, good. So stay there in that mode. What? One pointed on the object. Okay. And then start chippaing the object.
Start analyze that object.
Yeah. And by the way, when chippa occurs with tokpa, it has a different feeling, okay? When chippa is used to describe wisdom, it means dig and find out the truth, okay? Like Go to a Pen lecture and listen, okay? But when you use it with Dokpa in the Abhidharma especially, which is coming in Stanley's text, it means noting, and what's the other one? Noting and examining, okay? Topa means you just notice the thing, and Chipa means you start asking questions about it, okay? So in the Abhidharma, Chipa means something else. In Madhyamika, it means examine the object. Try to figure out if the pen is coming from you or not. Okay, what's Sushin mean?
Sushin, correctly, precisely.
Yeah, correctly. Sushin means correctly. Yep. And then that wisdom is called sortok. Okay, so sortokpa. What's that mean?
Realize individually.
Yeah, and you can say analyzing or something like
Analyze.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Shiraki can use that kind of wisdom. Who's up next, Gibson?
Rebecca.
Yin ki dunla yo mepar shintu tenpar nepai tingenzen kepar nepala tongne.
Le. Nice. Okay. What's Yinlu, Gibson?
The way it is.
Yeah, the way things are. In English, we say the way things are, and that's exactly the meaning. Okay. You should focus on that object. What object? The way things are. How does the pen exist? Who put the pen there? Why am I seeing a pen? Which way is it coming, from me or from the other side? That's Yinluki Denla. You gotta stay on that object. Yo ame.
Unshakable.
Yeah, unshakable. Don't start thinking about lunch or breakfast or your nap after class. Okay. Stay there. Shintatemba.
Very firm.
Yeah, this spelling of temba means firm. Without the E, with the A, it means very firm. Stay there very firm with your tingensen.
With your meditative concentration.
Yeah, and this lo means lodra or shira.
This wisdom, intelligence.
Tingensen kipa nipa. Yeah, I'm not sure here. What's the root text say? Things in Kipper. Tony, she's like me. I don't know why it says that. Things in Kipper, Tony. Y'all mentioned to them, but never you things in Kipper, Tony, she's like me. I don't know why he says that.
Isn't it just clarifying what is seeing again? Utilizing your mind to see as opposed to something else.
Based on what you've seen, as in based on what you understand.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like pointing out that we're not necessarily talking about having seen it directly yet. He's saying, well, it's okay, it's still intellectual.
What it says literally doesn't make much sense. You see with your mind that you are able to have concentration. Okay. I gotta think about it. Okay.
We've hit time.
That's lucky. I'll do it next time. All right. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll get another commentary. Okay. I don't see why it would say it that way, but there's some deep meaning there. Tsongkhapa doesn't say things lightly. You got Gibson, are you gonna have a summary?
Oh, it's hard. So today we talk about if you only focus on one object single pointedly, then if you use the wisdom that comes from listening concentration and you don't use the wisdom coming from the meditation. Like you go to the mixed class and you going back home and on the car you're thinking about it, but you don't do the meditation, and you couldn't cut the root of the samsara, which is the misunderstanding. And we have talked about two kind of extreme. After you feel that the pain is coming from their own side, and you think that the pain couldn't change or they couldn't exist. Mm-hmm. So we have to use the reasoning from the middle way, and one of the reasoning is the one or many, to cut off, to use the least sharp sword to cut off this extreme. And in this case, we going to the why we need to combine the shamatha and vipassana. And so this is it. Then in next class, we're talking more about it.
Okay, good. So for your homework, I'd like you to finish these 3 paragraphs, okay? Starts with Yinluk, then Shitlat, then Rangi Mikpala, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to explain to us this second line here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can talk with Nick and Ben and Word and figure it out, okay?
Okay.
It's kind of mystery. All right, these 3 lines. Okay, Uncle Nick, I can see your boss is there.
Yeah, she has a whole list of demands for when this is over.
Yeah.
The work begins now.
Yeah.
Amelie.
Amelie.
She's in a mood.
All right, okay. I am too. That's probably why I see her in the room.
Fair enough. Thank you for classes, Geshe.
Thank you.
Guys are welcome. Thanks, Gibson, for good work. You're working really hard, and I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks for making us look so bad, Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gibson.
Yeah.
Have a great yoga practice and break, and we'll see you guys in a few hours.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
try
you.
to wake up from my nap. Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
Yay.